Ivan, it feels like just yesterday that we were doing this before.
Thank you for having me again. I think maybe you didn't have enough of me.
Well, last time we were here, we just told your whole story of how you got into the industry, how you became the tournament director of the Dubai P1, and it was about a month before the actual event. So tell us, how did it actually go? How did the tournament go?
I think honestly, it went a bit beyond our expectations. We knew how strong the community was here, and I believe it was overall a very successful event. We ended up having 24,000 people in 1 week, which is a significant amount of people for the first time that you do an event. We were in digital numbers in reach over P1 Madrid. So overall, it was a very successful event. And of course, it's always great to talk about the nice things, but we have obviously certain challenges with the weather conditions that honestly, I am very proud of the team, how we reacted, how we communicated with the tour, how we worked in collaboration with Premier Padel and the FIP in order to fix overnight, trying to give comfort to the players for them not to suffer with the weather conditions. It was very hot in the morning and in the early afternoon, and then it was very humid in the night. So we had to find the spots, and we even transformed one of the training courts into a competition court in order to accommodate everything. So that's, I would say, what happens in events and what you have to be ready for. But overall, the result was great.
I mean, you were quite unlucky with the weather. I was there every day at the tournament because we had the commercial booth with the paddle outlet. And we had a great time. But it's true, the weather was very hot. I don't think anyone was expecting that. And to be honest, in the 11 years that I've been in Dubai, I can't remember it being that hot in November. So I guess that brought its whole new level of challenges for you guys. And you had to push the timings of the matches, rescheduling. I guess FIP, who was calling the shots on this one? Who was saying you have to push the matches with you guys, or was it the FIP?
No. Ultimately, every sporting decision falls on the FIP and the tour. Obviously, the referee is the maximum authority when it comes to sport in a tournament. So the tournament referee, who is Jose Luis Martinez, is a fantastic person, always very collaborative, always very flexible when it comes to it, and always looking for the best for the players, really, and how to comply with when it comes tough conditions like that.
Yeah, because I had the chance to participate in one of your events with the players, so I got to hit a few balls with Alejandra Salazar and a couple of the other players, which was amazing. But I was playing on court for 15 minutes and I was drenched in sweat. It was so hot.
Yeah.
So I can't imagine for the players actually competing and trying to play at that level in 40 degrees heat in the middle of the day.
No, for sure. You were, obviously the referee was always coming before the matches, and it was coming with the thermometer on court, just making sure that it were not beyond 35 degrees, because if not, it would have to be cancelled. But I mean, I cannot even tell you how much work the operational team put behind it and how many towels with ice we had to prepare. The amount of ice that we spent in the event was insane, more water than in any event that I've done, and I've done big events.
You know how many kilos of ice you went through that?
Wow, no idea. Yeah. Uncountable, possibly.
Yeah. I guess that was an expense that you didn't really plan for initially.
Yeah, I mean, there was obviously when you transform a practice court into a competition court, you incur into certain costs because you need a certain standard, and not only because obviously anything related to accommodate water, ice, extended hours for officials, because obviously muscles get more sensitive, they get more exposed, but putting a court together is not only, accommodating the outside areas to have the same measures as the competition court, but also putting like a tower for broadcasting, because you need broadcasting in every court. Then you have people who have tickets that really want to watch the matches that are going to happen in a new court where you were not expecting any spectators. So you need to change everything. You need to change your security plan, how to accommodate these people. You need to improvise and put some chairs in order to accommodate these new people, because I always say to the guys, it's not that everybody comes and wants to watch Tapia or wants to watch, I don't know, Gemma Triay. There's some people that come to watch Javi Valdez. And you need to let them be as comfortable as the guy who wants to watch center court, the number one in the world. So that's something that is very important for us, and that's something that I think we curate pretty well. That we want everybody in the tournament to feel well.
And how about the players? How did they? You get any feedback from them? What did they think of the entire event? I mean, the heat aside, they enjoyed it.
Look, I mean, we got messages from the players, from the top players, which were very encouraging, and thanking us for the event that we had put together. Like always, most of them were saying, listen, there are things that you cannot control, and obviously the weather is one. But I mean, we are taking some measures in order to make it better.
Definitely. And before we move on to the next season that will be coming very soon, the final of last year was an amazing atmosphere, amazing event.
Yeah.
I mean, I think all of Dubai was there, either in person or watching it. How did you feel like when the match point was over, the tournament's over? Like, how did you feel when you'd finally realized that's it, we're done?
I feel happy for the guys. I've had that feeling before, and yes, it's a bit of a relief, but it's our money shot. The money shot was spectacular. Everything was according to plan. The players were great. I mean, I think Tapia and Coelho were unplayable that day. They were unplayable, but they were incredible points where everything from the sporting side was great. Guys were enjoying, and I always look at the faces of my people when I finish, and I see how satisfied they are of making history, because at the end it was the first time that Premier Padel was here. It was the first P1 tournament in the UAE, and I said, listen, savor the moment, enjoy it, go and try to relax a little bit, and I don't want to see you in the office for 5 days.
I mean, I guess during that week you guys are working 24/7, right? There's no downtime. There's always something that's going wrong.
Yeah, that is correct. I mean, I think the workload is actually heavier at the beginning of the week. There's much more players, much more, things that you have to set up, adjust. And towards the weekend, it's true that you have less players, but you have to be more perfectionist.
There's more eyes on you, isn't there?
There's more eyes on you. Yeah. You cannot do it wrong. Everybody's there. And I mean, I think you always have to be ready for something to happen. And I think you always have to be on your toes, ready to find a solution if any problem arises. So,
was there a specific problem last year during the Premier Padel where you're like, oh shit, like this is a big one? Or was everything within your reach?
No, because, honestly, I think the biggest problem was those first days that the players obviously raised their voice saying this is too hot, we cannot play at this time. We had a meeting, all the parties involved, and it was sorted. I mean, it's not critical. Anything in life is critical if you can find a solution. I'm always quite positive. I say, okay, listen, this is bad. What can we do?
Yeah.
It's about having a quick reaction and knowing what to do when something comes out. So, in other words, I believe there was nothing critical because the event then was smooth. It was nothing that you say, okay, I had a major issue and almost the event had to be cancelled. No, it was totally the opposite. I think the team was fantastic, and we were extremely happy about the event. And I think everybody was very happy, to be honest.
Sponsors were happy?
Very happy, very happy. No, yes, I mean, sometimes you try to explain what you try to do, and explaining in words to people is very complicated. So when people can see it, can feel it, can hear it, then they see that we are trying to be different in the tour. We're trying to be special, different, have a like a premium type of event that is accessible, which is.
I think you nailed it in terms of that was how it was, and it was an exceptional event, and I loved every single day that I was there, and I think most of the people in Dubai loved it and are really excited about this new edition. So now we're beginning of September. We're actually exactly 2 months away from the first day of the 2025 edition.
Correct.
How's that going so far?
It's going very well. I mean, I think we mentioned last year, we commented like the the audience in events, generally speaking, in Dubai, normally tickets get bought like really late. No, people wait until last minute. They need to see what their plans are. The offer is so diverse. You have trillions of things to do in Dubai. Uh, but I mean, honestly, the ticket sales are going incredible.
Better than last year?
Yeah, like I don't know if I'm talking on my head, but maybe 35% more than
Amazing.
last year.
Why do you think people are buying their tickets earlier?
Look, I believe they want to secure the best place in the venue. I mean, there is. I will reveal later some things that we're doing special this year, but obviously, the first thing that I think helps is that not only we are accommodating the event to be an indoor event for the players, it's also for the fans. Because if you had a ticket last year and you wanted to come and watch a good match at 1 p.m., it was not possible to sit on the stands. People would be sitting 10 minutes and go, 5 minutes and go maximum. Why? It was. Imagine the players, So you were sitting on the stands, you were suffering. Imagine the players down there. So we wanted to create a better experience. We discussed with the authorities, and just let me thank them all, because how DET, Dubai Sports Council, and the UAPA accommodated everything for us and collaborated with us. I mean, I feel that we are the same team, and it's very unusual, if you compare it to European standards. And they say, okay, let's use the Hamdan Sports Complex. Let's bring everybody happy there. Let's make sure that they can watch matches from 10 a.m. until midnight if they want to in the first days, and I think the experience is going to be way better. We're going from a 5,100 capacity court to the biggest ever done in the UAE, and I believe in the region for paddle, 7,000 capacity. So anybody who goes there again will be part of history.
I mean, for those who don't know the Hamdan Sports Complex, it's, I think, one of the biggest indoor sports complexes in the region.
Correct.
And it's actually an Olympic swimming pool. Because I visited for the first time a few weeks ago, and I went to have a look, and I was really surprised that there's a huge swimming pool in the middle. I was like, how are you going to turn this into paddle courts? Like, how many courts are they going to fit in that venue?
And this is one of the is two good questions in one, I would say. That the first thing is that it's an incredible work of engineering what they do. So it takes like a process of around 10 to 12 days. Empty the pools, put some scaffolding, foam, layers of plywood, metal plates until you find the right bounce, and then you put the courts on top. So we will use the whole ground area where the Olympic swimming pool is, and then they have another pool, and we will put the 4 competition courts on the same place. So you will have center court on your right and the 3 secondary courts right next to it. So if you are watching on center court, because the tickets are for center court, and if you are watching on center court one match, and I don't know, again, the number 1 in the world is playing, but you want to watch number 4 in the world, you only have to move 50 meters, go across the stand, and go and watch the next match. And I think this is something very special, that we have the 4 courts at the very same place to generate an atmosphere that's going to be, I think, incredible, to be honest.
Yeah, and indoor is usually a better atmosphere anyway. The noise, it will echo. I think it's going to be a really, really exciting venue. So there's only going to be 4 courts in use, or is there going to be additional courts?
No, and I think this is something that for those who don't have a ticket yet, this is something that is going to be the first time ever in Padel done, that, we're going to have the practice courts as the first activation in the venue. So you buy your ticket, you park your car, you go through the avenue where all the exhibition is, to the commercial booths, you go through that area, and you go into the venue. As soon as you click your ticket, you have in front of you 2 practice courts in the main lobby of the arena, where all the best players in the world are going to be practicing. Towards the end of the week, a little bit less, because obviously they tend to go into the competition courts to practice. But you're gonna have 2 show courts to see your favorite players training there. And I think it's only been done in tennis, because I've done it in the past in Davis Cup in Torino. and we had their scene and everybody, training, and we put some security people around, and they can almost feel the players and see how they are training. And this is actually something that we're very proud of, that we're gonna do it for the first time in paddle.
That's super exciting. I mean, a lot of people do like to see the behind the scenes and see how they train and the intensity at which these players train every single day, not just on the court during the matches.
Yeah, exactly. So we put in front of screens the behind the screens, So,
Yeah, that's true. That's literally the first thing you're going to see when you walk in. That's amazing. And what's changing for the commercial booths?
Well, the commercial booth is going to be like an avenue. So everything's going to be much more visible. And everybody, I think the tricky part of the aviation of the club last year, of the venue from last year, is that in order to get to the exhibition area, you need to know where it is. You need to follow the signage, you need to go, you need to circulate, and you need to find that beautiful place, to be honest. And you have like a square, and then you have to, more or less accommodate all of the booths around. Now it's very straightforward. You park your car, there's a massive avenue that leads to the venue, and there is booths left and right, and just a little step like this with other 5 booths in the middle.
Nice.
For the main partners. So it's something that I'm proud of, because I believe that the commercial booth area was a good success last year, and it needed some improvements in terms of how every booth has to be visible and accessible. And now there's no excuse. You have everybody, you have to park the car. That's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully it'll be as good, if not better. I mean, for all of the vendors, including ourselves. And you still have booths available if anyone's interested?
Yeah, but very few. Honestly, very few. There's another thing that we are seeing a difference.
Yeah.
Is we have much more requests. We've been approached much more, and we have a limited amount of them. I think, if I'm not mistaken, we have 6 available.
Do you think it's more popular because you did the edition last year and you're building off that? You think that set the foundation?
Correct.
And you think now people trust, they know what's happening, they know the feeling, so...
Yes, exactly. I mean, it happens in most of the events, not only here, but around the world. I mean, when you are doing the first edition of something, there is 70% of the people you approach, they want to see it first. When they see it first, then they approach you. Happens with, with normal customers, with ticket holders, happens with commercial booths, and happens with the sponsors.
Yeah.
In any revenue stream that you have, you feel an increase in the appetite, for sure. And again, like I said, we are here to stay. We have one weekly meeting with Premier Padel, with the tour, with all the different departments, from operations, broadcasting, commercial, you name it. And the general opinion from them is they say, listen, guys, if you are going to be able to execute how it looks like, you are going to be one of the best in the world, if not the best. That's what they said to us.
What kind of metrics are they looking at when they say that, though?
I believe the venue design is very important. How the idea around it, the look and feel, how it looks like, but also accommodating everything that is important from the sporting point of view. Because in the players area, for example, we're doing a partnership with Matrix, and they put in an incredible gym with all new, like ice baths, recovery areas, anything that you can imagine. A full private doctor area with a full private physio, 3 rooms, different for male and female, with Aster, with our partners. We are doing individual offices almost for each of the teams. That's one good thing about the Hamdan Sports Complex. Normally, indoor arenas have plenty of space in rooms. They are better designed. I think in aviation, it still, it needs to grow. I mean, you have to be maximize every space that you have, you see?
Yeah.
Here you have the spaces, you have rooms, everything's more spacious. It's a different event. It's a different event.
I mean, when I first heard that it would be moved from, Irish Village Aviation College to Hamdan Sports Complex, at first I wasn't too sure about it, because I like the Irish Village as a venue. It's very festive. It's a party venue.
I love it. Don't get me wrong.
It's outdoors. Traffic is a headache to get there for anyone who lives in Dubai. You know, going north is not great. When you think Hamdan Sports Complex, it sounds far, but realistically, even in the evening, going that side of town is more accessible than trying to go towards, let's say, Garhoud or these areas, right?
Let's put it very simply. Last year, in the aviation, I don't know if my numbers are extremely accurate, but let's say that for the public, there was 200 parking spots.
That was a nightmare.
It's a nightmare. So everybody is dropping off by Uber or by taxi, and then that road gets collapsed. People arrive late to the matches because obviously they have to do the drop off very far and everything. So now here at the Hamdan Sports Complex, you have, for general admission, I think you have like 3,000 in the main area and then 2,000 in another parking in front. That's a massive difference already. And for everybody that has a VIP, we have segmented different parkings. So courtside VIP, because this year we had courtside VIP. Last year, because of the space, we could not fit on the sides. So this year we have all the courtside VIP on 3 sides. They have their own hospitality downstairs, and they have their own parkings. Then the VVIP and the corporate VIP, they have the designated parkers next to the Royals on the other side. So it's the venue. It is true that you might think, oh, it's a bit offhand. Honestly, I think it's way better for the spectator to go there as an experience, and you will be more inclined to spend more time there. Because you know, when you are there, what do you have? Hamdan Sports Complex. That's what you have. There's no restaurants around. There is no. So we're going to create all that whole experience, commercial area, F&B, and anything that is needed for the people to spend the day there.
What's the plan for the F&B in Hamdan Sports Complex?
I cannot tell you still, but but okay, we are finalizing a deal with a very famous operator here in Dubai. That we are going to be in their hands, their expert hands. I mean, they are popular because they own restaurants, but also they have their catering and everything. So we are going to have a differentiated area inside, and then some more specific things. We are thinking about different offerings that we understood last year that people like and players like. So like obviously burgers, you have to have acai and ice cream, very popular, sells very well. Some specialty coffee, very popular with the locals,
Yeah.
you know, and I think with the local community. And then of course there are like more bigger bars inside, like more segregated, in order for people. I don't still know the final menu, but it's like more like populated next to the stands that you can go, like you find in Dubai Duty Free, that you have your bars inside, that you don't have to go downstairs. And
yeah, okay. So I mean, it looks like people who show up, they're going to be spending the whole day in Hamdan, and that's the idea,
Correct.
right? The ticket is for the whole day. It's not split into sessions.
Correct. And the 2 practice courts that I was saying before, I mean, we want to do things there. You know, we want to activate them. We are thinking on how, as the days go by, and maybe already the professionals are not there, and I'm training in the main arena, how we are going to activate those that become an attraction for the fan, an attraction for the person that goes there. If we're going to do some skill challenges, if we're going to do, I don't know, like a mini tournaments with a raffle, if we're going to involve the sponsors and they're going to do something different. So we need to make sure that there is some interaction. And the idea is like to do an event better and better every year. And I believe that the possibilities that an indoor arena gives you are in a city that the weather is not so predictable, are paramount for us to keep growing for the future, for sure.
Was there no discussion of like moving the date? The Dubai, how does that work? Like when you discuss it with them, do they assign it to you, or do you have to?
Yes. I mean, there was the 2 options, right? So we were thinking about indoor as a first option, and then obviously the second option was moving the date. That's something that you discuss with the tour, because obviously the tour has to move different pieces, right? The thing is that even if you move the date, you don't eliminate the risk 100%. let me give you several examples of what happened this year, and this is conversations that we had with the authorities, and they were very right to actually pinpoint it. So Riyadh never rains. Riyadh P1 rained, postponed until Monday, the final, I think it was. Paraguay, it was indoor, but in a month that never rains, they had tornado that week. Tornado. Chile, let's not forget Chile. Chile P1. Chile, the females final played on Monday, was canceled, one set each, and it was the first final in the history of padel that was not finished, and they agreed to split the points just because of the weather, postponed twice. I don't know. What about Valladolid? Postponed also one day. So expect the unexpected would be, and,
what could
and
go
play,
wrong?
Play it safe, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, it's a smart move. Definitely, you're kind of avoiding at least the heat waves with Dubai. But I mean, like I said, even indoor venues, sometimes things can go wrong. And pushing it later in the year, it's true, you don't have that guarantee that it's actually going to be any better. Mm-hmm. And I guess there's only a certain amount of dates as well, because the season ends, and you can't push it too far.
Yeah, and there is a very important factor, I would say one of the most important factors as well. I mean, fans and players. The fans don't want to be out in the sun, and and the players, 8 out of 10, they will tell you that they prefer to play indoor than outdoor.
Yeah.
Then some players that they want to actually give a surprise to one of the top players, actually they prefer to play outdoor because it's more unpredictable, right? But the purists of this sport say, okay, let's play indoor. And there is another thing. Me, if I'm thinking as Ivan Modia, I prefer an indoor event for a certain reason, which is that the show, how you can play with the lighting, the courts, the aesthetics of it, I like it more. But this is a very personal opinion because Dubai Duty Free Tennis Stadium is incredible in terms of how it looks like, how it is compact, it's beautiful.
Yeah, it's almost like a coliseum when you're in that center court.
It's beautiful.
It's a great,
I mean,
great
Dubai
venue.
Duty Free Stadium is beautiful, and I really enjoyed it. This surpassed my expectations by a country mile in the weekend.
Yeah. I mean, it's probably too early to say now, but do you think the Hamdan Sports Complex will be the venue next year as well? Have you signed like multi-year, or is this kind of like you're going to see how it goes and then make a decision?
I think so. I think this post-event, we always have meetings with DET, with Dubai Sports Council, and with the UAPA, and we sit down. We say, we debrief a little bit how everything's been, what we can do better for the year after, how's the venue been, how's the sales gone, how we can take it for the next year. I don't know. As per today, I don't know. I'm inclined to think that it's going to be so great that yes, but that's me seeing what I'm seeing every day.
Yeah.
So until you feel it, you see it, you never know.
I mean, I'm super excited to think that now we've got 60 days to go until the first day of the event. I mean, already now a lot of people are starting to call me, message me like, oh, I want to buy tickets. Where can I buy tickets? Mm-hmm. Last year on the day of the final, my phone was ringing non-stop. Max, I need tickets for the final. It's too late. Like, it's full. I mean, so many people wanted to come to that final, and it's maybe why also they started buying their tickets earlier this year to guarantee seats. Because I mean, it is probably one of the top events in Dubai. And you want to be there, right? You want to.
There are certain sections that are sold out already. I mean, I was reading that yesterday or the day before. I don't check every day that if I have a section sold out, but I know front stand, east or west for the final is sold out, for example. Wow. I think Prime VIP, I think like there's like 6 tickets available. So I mean, it's the tickets are selling particularly well for the main days, but also the other days is way better than last year.
What are your main channels for selling the tickets?
Manuel, I will sell it through Platinum List, so you can find the tickets in our website, which is DubaiPremierPadel.ae, and through Platinum List, which is our official ticket supplier.
Exciting. So if you think, okay, we've got 59 days to go starting tomorrow, what still needs to be done? What on your mind is like, oh my God, we need to do this?
Look, I think we need to fine-tune the details. One thing that we want to do and we want to keep doing and we are doing is engaging more with the community. I think people are starting to feel that we are not that, stranger international tournament that they come to Dubai and we sit here and we don't know who padel artists or the clubs around the city or who are the players that are in the city, right? So now we have done legacy program here with you in Padel Art, which was beautiful, and we appreciate a lot that all your support. We're doing the second part of the legacy program this weekend. And then we have the wildcards tournament as well in 3 weeks' time. For me, it's like the event already started. So anything that is going to happen in the main week, from the 9th to 16th of November, I think it's just polishing the details. We like to work a lot in advance. I don't like too many surprises. Surprises will always come. But I'm sorry to insist, but I have a fantastic team that has everything under control, and I don't like to personalize it, but I mean there's a very important person for me, who is Jaume Farras, is the event director, who handles the daily operation, and I mean he is really the leader of the project when it comes to lay it out.
Well, I mean, as you know, I'm excited. I think everyone's getting excited. I will put the link to the tickets as well if people want to buy them, as there's still only very few left, especially for the final.
No, listen, and there are very cheap tickets as well. I mean, we're selling tickets for 45 dirhams. So
that's a cheap day out.
It's very accessible.
There's not much you can do in Dubai for 45 dirhams.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Especially these days, everything's getting more and more expensive. Well, I look forward to having you back here in a year.
100%.
And then we'll discuss the second edition, we'll discuss the third edition, and then every year we'll just catch up, because we better get ready. We've got a paddle game to play in 10 minutes. So.
Let's see if I play with you or against you, but I'm ready.
I'm sure we'll have a good time. Thanks, Ivan. Lovely speaking to you.
Thank you, Max.
Thank you.